Forced Entertainment it's an ensemble. It's 6 people, 6 artists at the core of it, and that core group has been collaborating together since 1984, so that's more than 32 years worth of collaboration. The show that we're presenting in Edinburgh is called Real Magic, and like a lot of our shows, it starts from this idea of taking something from popular culture or from around, you know, it's quotation. And in this case what we've done is we've taken something that looks like it might be a fragment of a game show, or maybe a fragment of a kind of cabaret mind-reading routine. And in this small scene, this small exchange between 3 performers, there's a kind of drama, there's a melodrama about whether they can guess, one of them can guess a word that one of the others is thinking of. And, you know, taken on its own, it's frothy and it's light and it's kind of trashy. It's the kind of thing that you could probably flip past on any number of TV channels anywhere in the world. But what we try to do is take that very banal, very sort of frothy fragment and push into it and make something that goes beyond that initial kind of material.
So Claire, the way it's going to work is this. Jerry's going to think of a word, and all you've got to do is to guess the word that he's thinking of. Is that clear? Okay, so Jerry, are you thinking of a word? Jerry is thinking of a word. Okay, Claire, so what is the word that Jerry is thinking of? Electricity. Jerry, are you thinking of the word electricity? No, it's not electricity. Shall we give her another chance? We're going to give you another chance. It's not electricity. It could be any other word in the English language, but it's not electricity. So what is the word that Jerry is thinking of?
Aesthetically, what it looks like is that a bunch of people have seen some game shows on television and have gone to a local DIY store or reclaim shop and got some things that they think will help them, or in a fancy dress shop, that will help them stage something like that.
I tell you what, why don't we, we'll take a break. We'll do the dance and come back to this.
One of the big feelings in the piece is that they're sort of stuck in this fragment, and how can they change it? And it changes all the time. In what ways can they change it, and can they kind of escape it?
Now Jerry's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking harder than he's ever thought in his life before. And you have to think too, Richard. You have to rise up to meet him with your thinking.
We always felt when we were making it that it was a political piece, that it was about, we were finishing it in the weeks leading up to the Brexit vote, and we've been wheeling it out through the US presidential election and then, you know, with the election of Trump. And I sort of feel like it speaks into that situation. It speaks into, there's a system, can you change it? What are the mechanisms for getting out of this loop that we're in? Is it possible to get out of it? And the way that the system we're in sort of promises change and hope, but actually works in all sorts of ways to make sure that those things don't really happen. So I think audiences have been recognising that, which is great. I think people instantly understand that although there's not a mention of any of those things in the piece, that actually what it's concerned with is this very, very present political situation.